What is good, y'all? Welcome back to the Year Pro. Welcome back to a brand new video. We are here, we are back, and listen, man, I am the happiest Miami Heat fan right now. I am so happy, bro. I've not been this happy about a Miami Heat related topic in so long. It feels so good, bro. It feels so good. Miami Heat have selected Kasparas Jakučionis at pick number 20 in the NBA draft. That is right. Kasparas Jakučionis, the point guard out of Illinois, has been selected by Miami at pick number 20. I will be breaking down this pick right now. Make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know your thoughts, man. What do y'all grade this pick? I think this is a W pick. I think this is an A+ pick. I'm gonna tell y'all right now why. Kasparas Jakučionis is that guy. Number one, I have watched Kasparas Jakučionis more than any other prospect in this draft, and the reason is I am an Illinois fan. I went to the school. I'm an alumni of the school, so I am invested into the team. So the fact that he's going to my favorite NBA team on top of that is crazy, by the way. Like I'm so happy right now. But Kasparas, as someone who's watched him for so long, he brings things to Miami that I think they will absolutely covet and need, and that they will be so happy that he's bringing to this team. First of all, it fills a position of need. You know, you needed a point guard, a true point guard playing for your team. You never really had one. I mean, you had Tyler Hero playing at the beginning of the year at the point guard position. He wasn't really a true point guard. He had more of a scoring mindset. You brought in Davion Mitchell. Now, Davion Mitchell was more willing to pass the ball, but didn't really have the playmaking chops that you really need at that point guard position. Didn't really have the playmaking, was more of a defensive type player. A guy who can be a 3-and-deep guard for you. Maybe not a true point guard, though. But this pick right here, the two happiest players on the team that you will have right now by this are Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware, because it's going to be Lob City 2.0 in Miami. I'm telling y'all right now, this guy's vision is off the charts. Kasparas Jakučionis will see passes that you will not even believe that are possible. He will make a pass sometimes that is like, whoa, you'll have to replay it and see after the play is done. You'll be like, whoa, this was the pass he made. How did he even see this? Now, because he takes risks sometimes, the only negative to that point is that he will turn the ball over. If he's able to clean up the turnovers, I promise you guys right now, you have an elite player on your hands, Miami. And not only is he a great fit, but he was also the best player available by far on my board. Now, maybe I'm a bit biased. You know, I can't lie. As a guy who's a fan of this player, and a guy who's like, this is my favorite player in the draft because he plays for my favorite team in college, and you know, he was the best player on my favorite team. So he's my favorite player. Like he's my guy. I'm not gonna like be like you know, I'm not gonna lie. I have bias towards him, so I had him really high on my board. But the fact that he fell to 20 is kind of crazy. Like, I don't think some of the people above him should have gone above him. I'm not gonna name names because I don't want to do that, but I will say that at 20, this is great value. That's all I'm gonna say about the value, is that this is amazing value. I think to me, this is the steal of the draft, but it is one of the steals, if not the steal, you know? Not only does he fill a position of need because he is a point guard, he brings size at the point guard position at 6'6". So he is a bigger point guard. He can see over people. He can make the passes. That's why it empowers his vision so much. The reason you have people loving the bigger point guards, even Yegor Demon, who went earlier at pick 8 to the Nets, like, bigger point guards are so much easier to kind of build around because of their passing vision, you know, you see, because you have size, obviously, at the position. It's just very easy as a point guard to have size. You can see over a lot of different things that if you were smaller, you wouldn't be able to. So it brings size at the position that I think the Heat really need. The Heat were a smaller team before they drafted Ware. They didn't really have a true big point guard. You know, I think before Tyler Hero was the point guard, it was Terry Rozier, who was small. Then it was Kyle Lowry, it was Goran Dragic, and some of these players are really good. Like Dragic, by the way, was an amazing player for the team. But I'm saying, look, we haven't really had a bigger point guard in a long time on Miami, and he will provide something different, but he will provide something that's much needed for this team as an offensive punch. Miami was a top 10 defense last year. So the one biggest weakness in Kasparas' game, besides the turnovers, is the defense. I don't think you're going to be hurting yourself too much because you were still a top 10 defense last year with Tyler Hero starting for the point guard at the point guard position for you for majority of the year before we got Davion Mitchell. And even when Davion Mitchell came in, we had moments when he was coming off the bench as well. So do I think the defense is going to take a massive hit with this pick? I don't think so. And I still think that Kasparas is willing to work on that end and become a better defender. At least all I'm asking for him on that end is effort. If he's able to show effort on that end, then that's all I'm needing. That's all I'm needing for you, Kasparas. But offensively, offensively, not only is he an elite playmaker, but he is also a great shooter as well. And Miami desperately needs to get back into that range where they're a top 5 3-point percentage team, because that's what makes you a good team in the NBA. If you're able to shoot the ball well as an NBA team, that's what makes you a good team in 2025 is the fact that you can space the floor. Like, if you look at all the elite teams in the NBA, if you look at their 3-point percentages, they're all top 10. So Miami needs to desperately get into that top 10 range. I believe they were just off the cusp of top 10 last year, especially at the beginning of the year. They were shooting the ball really well as well, but Kasparas will help them with the shooting. He's definitely a better shooter than Davion Mitchell. Now, Davion hopefully still on the team. I mean, as a backup, I wouldn't mind that at all, but I'm saying as a starting point guard, the fact that he can pass, the fact that he can shoot, he will provide offense to this team. Now, the one thing that he lacks on the offensive end is that he doesn't get to the free throw line enough, in my opinion. As someone who's watched him a lot, if he was able to get to the free throw line more, he would have a much more complete offensive game. So, listen, I'm not just going to give all the good things. I'm also going to give the stuff that he can improve on as well, so you guys can kind of understand what we're dealing with here as a player. So I want you guys to get the full picture, you know what I'm saying? But offensively, I think he has nothing but time to improve. This guy is a really smart player. He's, like I said, crazy basketball IQ. He's Lithuanian. He played in Barcelona before he played on Illinois. He's a really, really smart player, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, he played on Barcelona. He's instilled in him that, that's that European style of play where, he's a pass first player, but he's also able to get his own when needed. He loves the step back shot. He takes a lot of step back threes sometimes to create separation. So hopefully he's able to create separation by going to the basket as well. I think offensively, the two things I want him to improve on offensively is generating more pressure on the rim, i.e. drawing fouls and getting to the basket more. And number two is not turning the ball over as much as he did in college, especially towards the end of the year. His turnover numbers were really high towards the end of the year, and his averages were a little bit lower as far as assists and points. But I also think that's because he was dealing with a pretty serious injury, towards the end of the season and heading into the tournament. So now that injury is gone, I think he's going to be back to his normal self. A really good pick for Miami. I cannot be happier. I think it's been rough as a Heat fan, but Kasparas, Jakučionis, Heat Nation, I'm telling y'all right now, he will not disappoint. And if he disappoints, then listen, it is what it is. But I have a really good feeling that he will be a really good NBA player, and I don't think this pick is gonna be a bust. Let me tell you all this right now. I'm not willing to guarantee anything because you never know, but I have a very 95% chance, feeling, not just because I'm biased, but even if I wasn't biased, that this pick is going to turn out to be a good pick for the Heat. And that is all you're asking for when you're picking at 20, because at 20, we could have ended up in a lot worse situation. Kasparas, the fact that he fell to us is actually crazy. So you listen, man, Miami, they've made a lot of mistakes over the past few seasons with trades and all that. One thing I will say about Miami, their drafting has been elite. I think their drafting has been the best part of their team has been their drafting and their developing. If Adam Simon sees something in Kasparas, the same thing that I do, listen, I have all the confidence in the world that this kid can turn out to be something special, because Adam Simon is one of the best in the business. And say what you want about the Heat's front office, and I will criticize them when they deserve it, because they have been, pretty bad with the trade stuff and not getting as involved in the star players and all that, and signing players and some of their puzzling cap situations that their contract they're offering, and picks they're trading away like they're nothing. All that, I agree. I'm with you guys on that one. I've criticized them in the past. You guys can watch my videos. But when it comes to their drafting and developing and their scouting and everything related to that, there is nobody else in the NBA, probably besides a few teams. And even the few teams, I would still take Miami, but I think they are definitely top of the top, cream of the crop as far as scouting, drafting, developing. That is their bread and butter in Miami. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is a great pick for the Heat. I love this. It's going to be very, very good for Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo. I cannot stress this enough. Bam Adebayo has been wanting and asking for a point guard who will actually throw him lobs and get him the ball and set him up in the right position. We've had to shoehorn people in the point guard position because we never had a true point guard in the past. We finally have one now. A guy with some size, with some playmaking chops, elite playmaking chops, great IQ, great spacing. This is an A+ pick for the Miami Heat, man. Heat Nation, you guys will love Kasparas Jakučionis on your team. I cannot wait to see him in Miami in Summer League and in the NBA as well, man. Let me know what you guys think about this pick. I'm out, man. I'm super happy about this pick, man. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the night. This is a great pick for Miami. You guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think as well. I'll see you later as always. Peace.